Happy Friday. Happy very early Friday, because I'm doing this one at home. And welcome to episode 84 of the weekly recap. Maddie, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing good, Rick, but I am surviving the heat. The temperatures are really high in here. Uh, well, it's not as bad as it was in Austin, I have to admit.
Yeah.
And yeah, and still catching up with some sleep. But how are you doing?
So it's funny you mentioned the heat. We're going to hit 33 today Celsius. So it's going to be a warm one here as well. So that's about
Okay.
94 Fahrenheit. How about for you? What's your Celsius going to be today?
I think it's about 35 probably
Okay, it's pretty close.
Celsius.
A little
Yeah.
bit warmer. And when we were last week, it was probably like 40, 38. It was really hot in Austin, even though, did you feel the same way when we were inside? Then it was freezing cold. Did you feel that way?
Exactly. Yes. It was such a discrepancy from the inside outside. But I
Yeah.
think it's like, even like one day I checked it, I was outside, it was 35 degrees, but it felt like 40, I think because of the humidity. So
Yeah.
that makes a
Yeah.
difference.
Central Texas has that humidity thing going on for real. And of course, I was the one who suggested, let's walk to dinner 25 minutes one night. Because, to be fair, you're stuck in these venues all day. You don't really get anything, and like activity wise. And then secondly, I'll
Yeah.
say that whenever you walk somewhere, you always see more of your city or your destination, right? It's like the old adage, you see less when you fly, you see more when you drive, you see more when you ride your bike, you see even more when you walk it. So that was my logic there. But
Yeah,
it was
totally.
hot.
Yeah,
I had
it
the
was.
shiny head going on after all that. So
But it was fun. It was fun.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, we did as the viewers saw last week, we did the recording in Texas there, and we did not have a good setup. We had cameras on top of luggage and all that kind of stuff, but we pulled it off. But we have some stuff to share today, so let's take a look at that. So we're going to start with Wolfgang and his quick tip, which, by the way, love these quick tips. And if you're ever in the community, you can always just search quick tip, and you can see there's a lot of those that are out there. But let's talk about increasing the limit of snapshots per data store, and some good activity on this one, Maddie.
Yes, exactly. There is so many people that reply to it, and like, look, Rasmus, and you have Jay Meixner. There are so many, Mateus from Brazil, so many people that actually came to help Wolfgang with this question.
Yeah, and he shared this tip with this registry bit, and a very important thing actually comes out here from Rasmus about making sure that there's still enough room on the data store. So basically, this is a classic example where, hey, I've added more proxies. Whoa, a classic example of I've added more proxies, but the backups aren't going, right? And it's because maybe there's one data store, especially some of those NFS data stores we have so many virtual machines on. And it's really, just there's a snapshots on data store limit, right? So this is a way that we can get around that. But again, one caution, Mr. VMCE himself drops that in. But yeah, thank you for sharing, Wolfgang. Very, very good tip. Because this is a
Thank
type of
you.
thing that'll just make your environment overnight, make backup windows go really quickly. Good stuff. All right. So this one, Veeam Backup from Microsoft 365, more of a discussion slash question, right? And
Mhm.
not really a share of sorts, but I loved the interaction here. So um, I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Well,
trying to
first.
make a week without Michael Paul, but he gets best answer.
Yeah, but first of all, I would want to say welcome to the recap to Karun. I think it's the first time we are actually mentioning him, right?
I believe so. This is the first time we've featured Karun on the recap. Good shout. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would want to thank everyone, Michael, Paul, Derek, Stubbs, Milder, that are actually giving great answers. But you know what I would love to see? Karine from our team from product strategy coming in with an answer. Who knows? Maybe she has more options on this. What do you think?
That's true. I should probably have sent this one over to Corinne. KB on the product strategy team, she focuses on that M365 product. But no, this is a good one from Corinne about, especially with the, a copy on-prem and then a copy in object storage, right? This is a customer config that he's sharing. And it's like there's so many options now. It's really becoming one of those things that, oh, which way do I go? Well, I think right around now you can actually do everything. And this was more around the amount of retention, but from a storage perspective, the kind of the du jour thing to do now is to have it all in the cloud. And so I'm thinking, these options are really good, especially with some of these different retention options. So between Michael's answers, Chris's answers, Derek's answers. So thank you all for this really good. And, Karun, welcome to the weekly recap. All right. Now, this was your pick. Immutable Storage with Wasabi. Tell me about this.
Yes. I thought it would be interesting just because Ragnar got inspired by Jeff's article that we actually mentioned, I think, 2 weeks ago, the one on cast and immutability with Wasabi. And it's great that he actually decided to write about immutability object storage with Wasabi, but this time for the Veeam backend replication. And I think Drew would be happy to see so many of our members write about Wasabi storage. What do you think?
I think so as well. In fact, Drew has jumped into the community here. I want to see, did he didn't like it? Oh, I'll say this. Let's do it right now. Hey, Drew, they are talking about you. So there you go, Drew. Now we record this a couple of days early, so this will be here for a while, but I'm sure Drew will pop in now that he gets a notification that we're doing that. So now this is awesome. A good one. So thank you so much for sharing, Ragnar, on this one. And if you didn't catch on the previous recap, we talked about doing the same thing over in Wasabi with the Kubernetes world. So good stuff. All right. Guess what we forgot to do last week, Maddie?
Yeah, we did forget to do that. So today we can do it.
Yeah, and we had a lot because on my vacation week it had continued, right? We were like plus 137, I think, last week, but we're plus 72 in the Who's New department. And the winner of the coolest name I thought was pretty cool was Who Am I? That was awesome. So big welcome to everyone, and Who Am I? You win the coolest new username. But
it's a great question to ask each of us, Who am I?
Yeah, indeed. But Maddie, you were doing something. You were talking to somebody because when I'm processing these new users, now actually this is how we kind of came into Who's New. I always go through the new members and I mark employees employee, right, when they register with a Veeam address. But I also thought, it's just kind of interesting to see who's coming through. But I even reached out to Maddie this morning. I'm like, Maddie, what the heck is going on? There's so many users from Turkey. What did you do?
Well, I do want to actually send my special thanks to Bulent, which is a system engineer in Turkey, because he's been promoting the event that we're going to have tomorrow for VUG Turkey. And that special thanks for him, but also my special thanks go to Piti Bara, because he's being very active on social media, on LinkedIn, Twitter, and he's been promoting our VUG events. So I think these are the reasons why we have so many new Turkish members on the community this week.
Yeah, I think it's great. And again, we're recording Wednesday, so you're talking about an event that'll be on Thursday.
Yes.
So might have to do the special Turkish edition at some point, depending on how tomorrow goes. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. But then there are special department news for next week as well. Like on 9th of August, our VUG leader Jeff is hosting an event at Kubernetes Corner, and he's going to have as a guest Andre Atkinson, which is a Veeam Vanguard. So basically, Andre will talk about how he started with Kubernetes, why he decided to take this path, and well, any challenges that he encountered. I think it's going to be awesome. So I would like to just advise everyone to go and register for this great event.
Indeed. In fact, just go on over to Kubernetes Corner. We'll put a link in the show notes. That's the featured online event right there in Kubernetes Corner with AA, Andre Atkinson. So that should be good stuff from the notorious KGG. And Jeff, I hope you had a great vacation in New York. He totally like live tweeted his vacation in New York. So that looked really good. Thank you for the special department news. And then we have a meeting next week about Veeam Legends.
We do. Looking forward to it. Yeah. I think everyone is looking forward to it.
Indeed. So it is very busy in the community ops section of Veeam Product Strategy. That is for sure. Anything else going on that you want to share, Maddie?
Well, except the fact that we are actually going to be in San Francisco in 2 weeks, more or less. Yeah.
That's true.
Pulse conference.
Yeah, so the platform that the Veeam Community Hub is hosted on, that company is doing their online, or annual user conference. It's a hybrid event, but we will be attending in person. Got some meetings with the staff there, and going to learn. We're kind of self-taught, right? I know Ksenia did a great job of learning the platform, but we have a way now that we can go a little bit deeper and do some things, and we're working on some other things internally. So we'll probably have to figure out a better way to do a recording together. Oh no, Kirsten won't be able to work the camera. I'm not sure what we'll do.
What are we gonna do?
We'll figure that out. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you very much, Rick.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and welcome to those new users as well.